Hi everyone, welcome back to the Adore Beauty YouTube channel and welcome to a brand new series that we are starting called 5 Minutes with Megan. In this series, we're going to be sitting down and giving you really quick 5-minute tips and tricks on all things makeup. Now, if you're new around here, I am Megan. I'm part of the social and content team here at Adore Beauty. I am a makeup artist and just an all-round beauty lover, so I think this will be lots and lots of fun. Okay, so drum roll for us. Today's very first topic of this series is how to touch up your event makeup without looking cakey. This is a very fine line, but it's something that I have perfected over the years. Now, I have been a bridesmaid 4 times, and each time they're obviously like super long haul days. As humans, we are expressive and we're emotive, so we're laughing, we're maybe crying, we're eating. All of that living obviously makes our makeup wear off a little bit throughout the day. So today I'm going to take you through how to touch up throughout your event, day or night, and how to make it look flawless. Okay, so the first question that we have here is how to avoid makeup looking cakey in general. First things first, hydration is key. Make sure that you know your skin type, make sure that you know areas that really need that hydration boost. I would definitely recommend a really nice hydrating primer or moisturizer underneath your foundation to make sure that you've got a nice plump and dewy base. Secondly, I would say when you're applying your foundation, opt for lighter layers that you can build on top of each other rather than one heavy layer. Apply powder only where necessary. So if you know that you don't really get oily or sweaty throughout points like here or here or here, you probably don't need to pop powder there. Once your powders and foundations are applied, you can use a setting spray to help amalgamate your powders and your liquids together. And my last tip is if you feel like your makeup, no matter how you apply it, always ends up looking heavy or cakey, I would try out a damp beauty blender. This helps add hydration back into the skin, and it's also a lot easier to control how much coverage you're adding with each layer because it does absorb some of the product, so you're not going to be left with a really thick layer. Your makeup's fully done, you're at the event, you've gone to the bathroom and you're looking in the mirror and you're like, oh, I could do with a little touch up. Let's just start first with shine control. So if you are someone that has an oily skin type, or you find that your makeup goes really shiny or sweaty throughout the night and you don't like the look of it, the first thing that I would try out is a blotting paper. So blotting paper are basically just super fine sheets of absorbent material. The reason why this is a really good option for someone that doesn't want to end up looking cakey is because you're not actually adding any makeup back in. If you don't have any blotting paper, you can actually just get a tissue very, very lightly and just kind of gently blot that on to your skin. A clean tissue, please, and it will kind of mop up and soak up some of that sweat or oil. If blotting paper isn't really your vibe, or you've tried them and you don't really like them, there is good old trusty powder, so like a setting powder. I would go for something super finely milled. One of my favorites is Makeup Forever Ultra HD powder. Very, very lightly, ever so gently, go in areas where you're feeling like you're shiny or you've secreted quite a bit of oil. Okay, now let's talk about areas that need a little bit of a cleanup. Just a handy foundation brush. Now, I've got this little mini one, but you can bring your full size one if you want. I just kind of go through areas that there's been some smudging or bunching. I will usually get some bunching in my smile and laugh lines. So I will just keep the brush super flat and I actually just shimmy that outwards so that I can disperse the product. Sometimes I also get bunching under my eyes, so I will just go in and give that a really light dust. So that's a really, really easy way to diffuse your makeup without having to add product back in so that you're not looking cakey. If you are finding that you're still like, no, there's actually areas where I'm looking patchy, then you can go in with some concealer. It doesn't take up a lot of space and it'll still give you the coverage. I will usually touch up under my eyes, and as you can see, I didn't put heaps on. If you find that your eyes are super weepy, or you might have gotten a little bit emotional through the night, happy tears of course, I always pack a few little Q-tips with me. And what I like to do is I just like to do a little cleanup on the areas that I've found there's been a little bit of smudging or transfer. You don't even have to bring a makeup brush with you for this. Now, my brows kind of have a mind of their own, so sometimes I will bring a little spoolie with me and I will just flick them up once again, just so that they can get back into place. But it's just a really great way to look really put together in about 2.5 seconds. So one of the first areas that will wear off for me personally is always my cheeks. I'm kissing people hello and goodbye. I'm leaning on my face, which I know you shouldn't do, but you know, we all do it. The way I like to touch up my cheeks is actually by using a powder blush. So I go for a really finely milled blush. This one is actually a really good bargain. This is Million Dollar Baby by L'Oreal. So I just take that on this little brush, which is from the Emily in Paris collection. How cute is it? I will just sweep that across my cheeks. Or you can also do the same thing with bronzer as well. Then you can just go back with your trusty mini foundation brush and you can just diffuse those edges or knock out any pigment that you wanted to. So I'm definitely a 3-step lip kind of gal. So I like to line, I like to lipstick, and then I like to gloss. I have been known to do a complete lip reset mid-event. If this isn't your vibe, don't stress. But if you have found that your your lip liner has started to bleed throughout the day or night, or you just feel like it's starting to look really cakey and chunky, this is how you can reset it really, really easily whilst you're at the event. Grab a tissue. If you don't have access to a tissue, just make sure your hands are super clean and just use some toilet paper, fresh toilet paper. You're actually just going to take off your lips, just like so. You can either go in with just your foundation brush with nothing on it, or you can actually apply a tiny bit of concealer just above the lip line. And we're just going to smudge that in. Now, doing that just gives you a really fresh canvas. So I'm now just going to line. So this is MAC lip pencil in the shade Soar. So I'm just going to go in now with MAC Sultry Move Powder Kiss Lippy. I'm gonna put on some gloss. Also, I can't 100% see what I'm doing, so hopefully it's all even. And boom, now your lips are fresh, you don't have any cakey liner residue happening, and you look like you just did your makeup. So that pretty much concludes today's video. If you have any questions at all, just pop them in the comments down below and we will be sure to get to you. If you have any topics that you want me to cover off in this series, please also pop it in the comments and we will definitely take that on board. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like the channel, then be sure to subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye guys.